Henry Ford loved machines. From a very young age, he was captivated by the intricate workings of mechanical devices. This fascination wasn't just a passing interest, it was a deep-seated passion that would shape his entire life. Even as a young boy on his family's farm, he was fascinated by how things worked. The farm was filled with various types of machinery, and young Henry would spend hours observing them, trying to understand their mechanisms. He would tinker with anything he could get his hands on. Whether it was a broken watch or a piece of farm equipment, Henry was always eager to take it apart and see what made it tick. His curiosity was insatiable, and he was determined to learn as much as he could. At 16, Ford left the farm for Detroit. The bustling city offered new opportunities and the chance to immerse himself in the world of machinery and innovation. It was a bold move for a young boy from a rural background, but Henry was driven by his passion. He wanted to learn everything about the new, exciting world of engines. The Industrial Revolution was in full swing, and Detroit was at the heart of it. Henry found work as an apprentice machinist, where he could learn the skills he needed to pursue his dreams. He took a job at a machine shop and spent his nights learning about steam engines. The more he learned, the more his passion grew. He was particularly fascinated by the potential of engines to transform transportation. Ford's passion for engines only grew stronger. He was constantly experimenting, trying to improve existing designs and create new ones. His dedication was unwavering, and he was determined to make a name for himself in the world of engineering. He believed in simple, efficient design. Henry was convinced that the key to success was creating machines that were not only effective but also easy to use and maintain. This philosophy would become a cornerstone of his future endeavors. He wanted to build a car for everyone, not just the wealthy. Henry's vision was revolutionary. He dreamed of a world where automobiles were accessible to the average person, not just a luxury for the rich. This idea would drive him to innovate and push the boundaries of what was possible. This drive to create an affordable and reliable automobile would lead him to establish one of the most iconic companies in history. The Ford Motor Company would go on to change the world, but it all started with Henry's early fascination with machines. Ford's early experiments with steam-powered vehicles eventually led him to the internal combustion engine. He saw the limitations of steam and recognized the potential of this new technology to revolutionize transportation. He saw the potential of this new technology to power the vehicles of the future. The internal combustion engine was more efficient and powerful than steam engines, and Henry was determined to harness its potential. In 1896, he completed his first successful automobile, the quadricycle. This was a significant milestone in Henry's journey. The quadricycle was a simple, lightweight vehicle, but it represented the culmination of years of hard work and experimentation. It was a simple, lightweight vehicle that could reach speeds of up to 20 miles per hour. For its time, this was an impressive feat. The quadricycle demonstrated that Henry's ideas were not just theoretical, they could be put into practice. The quadricycle was just the beginning. It was a proof of concept that showed Henry's vision was achievable. But he wasn't content to stop there. He had bigger dreams and was determined to make them a reality. It proved that Ford's ideas could work. The success of the quadricycle gave Henry the confidence to pursue his larger goals. He knew that he was on the right track and that his vision of affordable automobiles was within reach. More importantly, it fueled his ambition to make automobiles accessible to the masses. Henry was driven by a desire to democratize transportation. He wanted to create a world where everyone could enjoy the freedom and convenience of owning a car. The stage was set for the revolution in transportation that would define the 20th century. Henry Ford's early fascination with machines had set him on a path that would change the world. His innovations would not only transform the automotive industry, but also have a profound impact on society as a whole. By 1903, Henry Ford was ready. He, along with a group of investors, founded the Ford Motor Company. Their goal was clear: to build affordable cars for the everyday American. Ford's vision was ambitious, but he was determined to make it a reality. The early years of the company were marked by experimentation and innovation. Ford and his team worked tirelessly to improve their designs and production methods. They knew that to build cars for the masses, they needed to find a way to build them efficiently and affordably. In 1908, Ford introduced the Model T, a car that would change the world. The Model T was simple, durable, and easy to maintain. It was also the first car to be mass-produced on an assembly line, a revolutionary concept that would transform the manufacturing industry. The Ford Motor Company wasn't just about building cars, it was about building a better future. Ford believed that everyone should have access to affordable transportation. He saw the car as a tool for freedom and progress, a way for people to connect with each other and explore the world around them. The Model T, affectionately nicknamed the Tin Lizzie, was a stroke of genius. Priced at $850 in 1908, about $27,000 today, it was within reach of the average American. More than just a car, it was freedom on four wheels, opening up a world of possibilities. People could now travel further, visit family more easily, and explore the countryside. The Model T was reliable, robust, and easy to repair. Ford had designed it with the customer in mind, ensuring that even mechanically disinclined owners could keep their cars running. The impact on American society was profound. The Model T wasn't just changing individual lives, it was reshaping the nation. Roads improved, businesses sprang up along highways, and a sense of adventure filled the air. America was on the move, and Ford was leading the way. The Model T's success was phenomenal. Over 15 million were sold between 1908 and 1927, cementing its place as one of the best-selling cars of all time. It had truly put America on wheels, and in doing so had changed the course of history. In 1913, Henry Ford introduced something revolutionary at his Highland Park plant, the moving assembly line. This innovation would transform not just the auto industry, but manufacturing as a whole. It marked the beginning of a new era in industrial production. Prior to the assembly line, cars were built individually by skilled craftsmen. Each car was a unique creation, assembled piece by piece. It was a slow and expensive process. The time and effort required to build each car meant that automobiles were a luxury item, accessible only to the wealthy. Ford's idea was simple but ingenious. He envisioned a system where the car would move to the worker, rather than the worker moving to the car. Cars moved along a conveyor belt, and each worker was responsible for a specific task. This methodical approach allowed for a more streamlined and efficient production process. This division of labor dramatically increased efficiency and reduced production time. Each worker became highly skilled at their specific task, contributing to the overall speed and quality of production. What once took hours now took minutes. The assembly line reduced the time it took to build a car from more than 12 hours to just about 90 minutes. The impact on the workforce was significant. The new system required a large number of workers to perform repetitive tasks, leading to the creation of many new jobs. Jobs became more specialized, requiring less training and skill. Workers could be quickly trained to perform a single task, making the workforce more flexible and adaptable. This allowed Ford to hire a wider range of workers, including immigrants and those with limited education. The assembly line opened up opportunities for many who had previously been excluded from industrial work. The assembly line, while increasing output, also sparked debates about worker satisfaction and the repetitive nature of the jobs it created. Critics argued that the monotony of the work could lead to dissatisfaction and a lack of fulfillment. The assembly line's efficiency allowed Ford to lower the price of the Model T, making it even more accessible to the average American. The car that once symbolized luxury became a symbol of everyday life. This cemented Ford's dominance in the auto industry and revolutionized manufacturing worldwide. The principles of the assembly line were adopted by industries far beyond automobile production. The assembly line became a symbol of both progress and the changing nature of work in the 20th century. It represented the shift towards mass production and the modern industrial economy, forever altering the landscape of manufacturing. In 1914, Henry Ford made a bold move that would forever change the landscape of American industry and labor. He more than doubled the wages of his workers to a groundbreaking $5 a day, a decision that was both revolutionary and controversial. This was unheard of at the time, and the news sent shockwaves throughout the country, capturing the attention of both the media and the public. Ford understood that his workers were also his customers. By paying them a living wage, he was not only improving their lives, but also creating a larger market for his cars. This strategic move meant that his employees could now afford to buy the very products they were making, thereby boosting sales and fostering a sense of pride and ownership among the workforce. The $5 workday was more than a pay raise, it was a social revolution. It challenged the status quo and set a new benchmark for fair wages. It attracted skilled workers to Ford, reducing turnover and increasing productivity. The promise of higher wages drew talent from all over, eager to be part of this new industrial era. It boosted morale and loyalty amongst employees who now felt valued by their employer. This sense of appreciation translated into a more dedicated and efficient workforce. The impact of Ford's decision extended far beyond the walls of his factories. It rippled through the entire economy, influencing labor practices and wage standards across the nation. It set a new standard for wages across industries, forcing other companies to compete for skilled workers. This competition led to better pay and working conditions for countless American workers. The $5 workday contributed to the rise of a new middle class, one that could afford the very cars Ford was producing. This burgeoning middle class became the backbone of the American economy. Ford's decision was a masterstroke in both business and social reform. It demonstrated that a company could be both profitable and socially responsible, setting a precedent for future business leaders. It showed that treating workers well could lead to greater success and profitability, a lesson that resonates even today. The $5 workday became a symbol of Ford's commitment to his workers and his belief in the power of a strong middle class. It was a testament to the idea that fair wages and good working conditions could drive economic growth. It remains a powerful example of how businesses can positively impact society and shape the economic landscape. Ford's bold move continues to inspire and remind us of the profound impact that fair wages and ethical business practices can have on the world.